Every time you try to calm your child down during a meltdown, you might actually be making it last longer. Not because you're a bad parent, but because everything we instinctively do in that moment is the opposite of what the brain needs. I learned this the hard way with my son Leo. Last Tuesday, Leo had a complete meltdown in the middle of the grocery store. He threw himself on the floor, screaming, because I wouldn't let him open a box of cereal. I did everything I thought was right. I got down to his level. I said, "Leo, stop crying, please." I reminded him that we already had that cereal at home. But nothing worked. It got worse. And standing there in aisle 7 with people staring at me, I felt a lot of shame and anger. I realized I had no idea what was actually happening inside his brain. That's when I started digging into the research, and what I found changed everything about how I respond to his meltdowns. Here's what's actually happening when your child melts down. There are two parts of the brain at war with each other. The amygdala, the emotional alarm system, fires up and takes over. And the prefrontal cortex, the part that reasons, listens, and calms down, goes completely offline. According to the Harvard Center on the Developing Child, a child's prefrontal cortex isn't fully developed until age 25, which means your 3 or 4-year-old literally cannot reason their way out of a meltdown. They are not choosing to behave badly. Their brain is in a full biological storm. And here's the problem. Most of what we do as parents during that storm makes it worse. Let's go through the 5 most common ones. Saying calm down or stop crying. This feels like the most logical thing to say. But to a brain in meltdown mode, it's like telling someone who's drowning to just swim better. When the amygdala is activated, language processing shuts down. Your child cannot hear your words the way you intend them. What they register is your tone, and the word stop triggers more resistance, not less. What works instead? Say nothing. Get physically close. Breathe slowly and visibly. Your nervous system regulates theirs, not your words. Trying to reason or explain during the meltdown. If you don't stop, we're leaving. I already told you no. Do you want a timeout? None of this lands. And here's why. The prefrontal cortex, the part that processes logic and consequences, is offline. You are essentially sending an email to a computer that's turned off. The American Academy of Pediatrics is clear on this. Reasoning only works once the child has returned to a regulated state. Not during the storm, after it. The window for talking is after the meltdown, not in the middle of it. Matching their energy, raising your voice. This is the one most parents feel guilty about, because it's the hardest to control. When your child screams, your own amygdala fires. Your stress hormones spike. Your patience evaporates. And before you know it, you're yelling too. Here's the problem. Your nervous system is the reference point for theirs. When you escalate, their brain reads danger and escalates further. Research from the Harvard Development Lab shows that parental emotional regulation during a child's meltdown is the single strongest predictor of how quickly the child recovers. You don't have to be perfect, but your calm, even a forced calm, is the most powerful tool you have in that moment. Giving in to end the meltdown faster. Leo once melted down for 20 minutes because I wouldn't let him have a second dessert. At minute 18, I gave in. And I'm telling you, for 3 days after that, every time I said no, the meltdown started faster and ended sooner. Because his brain had learned, meltdown equals outcome. This isn't manipulation, it's pure neuroscience. The brain remembers what worked. Giving in doesn't end the meltdown, it trains it. The hard truth, the meltdown has to complete its biological cycle. Your job isn't to stop it, it's to be safe and present while it runs its course. Sending them to their room alone to calm down. This one is the most counterintuitive finding in the research. We send kids to their room thinking, space will help them calm down. But for a child whose nervous system is dysregulated, isolation amplifies the distress signal. The amygdala interprets being sent away as abandonment, not space. and an already overwhelmed brain becomes more overwhelmed, not less. According to child development researcher Dr. Daniel Siegel, what dysregulated children need first is connection, then redirection. You can create space, but stay nearby, stay present, a hand on their back, sitting on the floor next to them. That physical proximity is the regulation signal their brain is looking for.
None of these mistakes make you a bad parent. They make you a human parent, doing what feels logical when nothing feels logical. The difference isn't doing everything right in the moment. The difference is understanding what's happening in your child's brain so you can stop working against it. If you want to understand the science behind why your child's meltdowns happen in the first place, not just how to survive them, I'm covering that in the next video. Because once you understand the trigger, the meltdown starts to make sense. And when it makes sense, it's a lot less scary for both of you. This video is for educational purposes only and does not constitute medical or psychological advice. Always consult a licensed pediatrician or child development specialist for your child's specific needs.